morning, everybody. Thank you for being here today, taking a few moments. If you want to follow along, you can find our place in the 27th chapter of Genesis this morning. Excuse me, 29th chapter. 29th chapter and the 9th verse. And we'll pick up there. While he was still speaking with them, Jacob still speaking with these other shepherds, Rachel came with her father's sheep, for she was shepherdless. Now, as soon as Jacob saw Rachel, the daughter of Laban, his mother's brother, and the sheep of Laban, his mother's brother, Jacob came near and rolled the stone from the well's mouth and watered the flock of Laban, his mother's brother. Then Jacob kissed Rachel and wept aloud, and Jacob told Rachel that he was his father's kinsman, that he was Rebekah's son, and she ran and told her father. As soon as Laban heard the news about Jacob, his sister's son, he ran to meet him and embraced him and kissed him, brought him to his house. And Jacob told Laban all the things. And Laban said to him, "Surely you are my bone and my flesh." And he stayed with him a month. We're kind of in a little bit of a transition point here in the story, just kind of setting up for what's going to happen. But let's just cover some of the uniqueness, some of the odd things that are going on. Several times here it stresses that basically just reminds us that Rachel and Jacob are cousins. And again, that's unheard of in our society, but it was not only normal, it was basically expected in that time that you married inside the family, basically, because that way you didn't marry a heathen, hopefully. And so he sees Rachel. She arrives, and as he sees her, several things going on here. Again, as we keep seeing this, my mother's brother, my mother's brother, and the Hebrew brings it out really clearly, but at three different times, this is brought out. And then the unusual thing happens. He doesn't even speak to Rachel. He just takes off running. He runs over and rolls the stone from off top of the well. And again, this was not normal. They would normally put really large, heavy stones over the well to protect the well and to keep it safe. And generally, it would take several people. But Jacob's so excited, so thrilled at Rachel that he just goes over and does the He-Man thing and rolls the stone out of the way. Then he turns around and not sure what Rachel was thinking to begin with, but he just runs over and grabs her and kisses her. Doesn't say, doesn't introduce himself, doesn't say, "I'm Jacob, I'm your cousin, your daddy and my mother are brother and sister," anything. He just runs and plants one on her. And then he identifies himself. Then he tells her, "Oh, by the way, I'm your cousin." And when he does, we've got what appears to be two pretty excitable folks. Now, Rachel takes off running, and she runs home and tells her father what was going on. They evidently come from an excitable family, because then Laban jumps up and he runs out and he embraces Jacob, hugs Jacob, and kisses him as well, and brings him into his house. Now, I don't know. I'm thinking, I'm going up to, "Hey, my daughter says you're my sister's son. Tell me a little bit. How do I know that?" No verification process. So they're all pretty spur of the moment folks here. So he runs out, kisses him, brings him into his home, and at some point Jacob tells him everything, tells him the whole story that was going on, and Laban says, "Surely you are my bone and my flesh. Come on in and stay a while. Come on in the house, and you can stay." And it says then that Jacob did stay, and he stays for a solid month with his uncle. And again, there's this is part of a bigger story. It's kind of hard to just pull out one lesson out of just this little, because it's again kind of some background setting up what's going to happen. But the thing I thought about as I was reading over this ahead of time, is I don't think either one of these two guys realize what they've got a hold of. Jacob has a track record of being a little shady. Laban, we don't really know yet, but we're going to, and we will find out. If you don't already know the story, stick around. It gets pretty juicy as we move along. Jacob's going to find out he may have met his match in Sneaky, in Rachel's father Laban. And so they're about to find out again that both of them, they don't really know. They're kind of judging the book by its cover. Well, he's my nephew, he must be a good guy. He's my uncle, he must be cool. Well, they're going to find out that both of them are less than honorable in many ways. And maybe that's the simple lesson for us today. Be careful who you put your confidence in. Just because they're family, or just because they say they're a believer, or whatever else, be careful where you put your confidence. Jacob is about to learn that lesson the hard way. So join me tomorrow and we'll continue learning what Jacob learns. All right, have a great day. We'll see you here tomorrow morning.